Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Help us grow this channel by giving this video a massive thumbs up so that it gets recommended to other YouTube viewers all around the world as well. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Just in, Peter Obi would have been proclaimed president if he had listened to us, says Dr. Abayomi Arabambi. According to Dr. Abayomi Arabambi, the Labour Party's factional national publicity secretary, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi would have won the election as president if he had listened to certain of the party members. Abayomi Arabambi made the remark in response to the question of whether he was implying that the Labour Party won the presidential election despite their inability to provide proof during an interview with Arise News for the morning show program. Arabambi says that they were not able to prove it and they won't be able to prove it that they won in the last presidential election. He said people massively voted for Labour Party and the party did credibly well, but Peter Obi boggled it. He said with that, they just tabulated Labour Party figure surpasses the one of Bola Tinubu, but they are going to throw it out from Supreme Court because what they failed to argue in the court of first instance, they can't argue it in Supreme Court. If Peter Obi had listened to us, Obi would have been declared president because people voted for us, but we boggled it because we failed to do the needful. How do we go to an election? We will not have agents in all polling units. Have never seen that kind of election in my life. I said this a while back when, some weaknesses of Peter Obi was thrown away. And it was then at the tribunal that we discovered that even some of the agents, back then I remember during the campaign or towards the election period where people were asked to volunteer to be agents for the Labour Party. People were asked to step forward to be agents, and the slogan of no shishi, no shishi, no shishi was going round at that time. And at the time of the tribunal, it came out that these agents worked and they were not paid. They were not paid because of a slogan of no shishi, no shishi. But what these people fail to realize that it's not sustainable. You don't want to give shishi. Yes, that should be as bribe. You shouldn't give shishi as bribe, but not to the extent of you not being able to pay your agents because you need that figure. And at the end of the day, it was discovered that these agents, because they were not paid, they did not drop the figures that they collected from the polling units. So the Labour Party never had figures from each polling unit. And this is the way that these political parties get their figures from, because they cannot solely rely on INEC figures. At the end of the day, when there's disputes on who won or who did not win, like in this case, they are able to put all these figures together that their agents have been able to collate from each polling unit. They are able to put these figures together and, come up with their own figure, come up with their own number to see if actually we won or we did not win. So I feel this is what Arabambi is talking about, that, Peter Obi did not listen to their advice. Probably if he listened to their advice, they would have gotten figures from all these various polling units. They would have even have, evidence to tender to the tribunal. Even if actually the court doesn't just work that you are on the right side, you are not guilty, so therefore you go scot-free. You should have evidence to provide in that regard. The judge doesn't just give his judgment like that offhand without actually seeing evidence. You need to have your evidence to portray. You need to present your evidence. And in this case, because agents did not even drop their agents that were even shouting no shishi, no shishi, at the end of the day they were one of those people that sabotaged the success of a party. Because right now Labour Party do not have any figures from their agents, which is the downfall, which even contributed to the downfall of Peter Obi and the Labour Party. How can you, as a political party, you do not have figures by your own self? You do not have figures that you collated, even if you don't want to give shishi to as bribe, at least you should be able to pay your agents. People cannot just go to polling unit from morning to evening, stand there, suffer inside sun, inside everything, and at the end of the day you say you don't want to give them shishi, you will not pay them. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't at all. Before we go, my people, let's take a look at a few reactions from people online. Akonte says, Abayomi Arabambi, may thunder show you where you belong, for mentioning Peter Obi's name. I think people should also learn to comment respectively as well, because not every comment is going to agree with your opinions. So, Zuru Henry, Abayomi Arabambi, you are a moron, a very big moron at that, idiot. Onyem John says, listen to you as to become your puppet. Obi and his team are wiser. Francis Akagba says, what is this tribal bigot talking about? Listen to you that you are who? Don Rubio says, Yoruba is the worst people you will do anything with on earth. Their treacherous and unreliable characteristics is second to none other people in the world. Wow. Another person says, see this miserable bastard. How can you proclaim somebody president without law backing? You are a fool. Another person by the name Augustine says, Oga, INEC have collected bribes since before the election, so by voting Peter Obi, okay, so respect yourself before we disrespect you. Lastly, Jeffrey Shelby says, how would Peter Obi become president when APC government led by Buhari has bastardized this country, Nigeria, by looting funds, giving INEC chairman 300 billion to conduct an election? What do you expect of the INEC chairman, where Tinubu is the one that brought Buhari to power? There won't have been any magic than to give it to the man Tinubu has brought INEC chairman over. You all, what do you think about this? So let's settle this in the comment section. Drop your opinions over there. Subscribe, guys, if you haven't. Give this video a massive thumbs up. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.